Have you ever stopped to think about what a single cup of coffee does to your body, especially your liver? Spoiler alert, it might not be what you expect. Today, we're diving deep into the surprising effects of coffee on your liver health. Grab your favorite brew, and let's get started. Did you know your liver is capable of regenerating itself? This means that, theoretically, it can function optimally for about 100 years if it is given the right care and absence of disease. The liver is responsible for over 500 functions. It detoxifies harmful substances, produces bile to help digest fat, and stores essential nutrients. However, factors like alcohol consumption, poor diet, and certain medications can wear it down. So, while it has an impressive potential lifespan, lifestyle choices are imperative for its longevity. Just like any hard worker, the liver needs some support. And that's where coffee comes in. Now, you might be wondering, isn't coffee bad for my liver? Surprisingly, studies show that moderate coffee consumption has some protective effects. Research indicates that regular coffee drinkers have a lower risk of liver diseases, including fatty liver disease and even cirrhosis. That's right. In fact, some studies suggest that drinking just 2 to 3 cups a day can reduce the risk of liver-related diseases by as much as 40%. But hold on. Before you guzzle down that pot of coffee, let's break the facts down. 1. How does coffee affect your liver? We've all heard those little whispers about coffee being good for us. Sure, it wakes us up, gives us that much needed energy boost, and let's be honest, it just tastes great. But what about our liver? It's crucial for detoxifying our bodies, storing nutrients, and even helping with digestion. So how does coffee influence this vital organ? Buckle up, because the answer might surprise you. First, let's quickly recap what our liver actually does. It processes everything we eat and drink, breaking down toxins, synthesizing proteins, and producing biochemicals needed for digestion. It's basically a powerhouse for our metabolism, but with the world we live in, full of fried foods, sugary snacks, and environmental toxins, our liver can get quite the workout. Now, this is where coffee comes in. Studies have shown that moderate coffee consumption can actually have several benefits for liver health. Yes, you heard me right. It's like a little shield for your liver. Research indicates that coffee drinkers have a lower risk of developing liver diseases, including liver cirrhosis and even liver cancer. So, how does that work? Scientists believe it's due to certain compounds in coffee like caffeine, antioxidants, and other bioactive substances. They help reduce inflammation and fight oxidative stress, key players in liver damage. Sounds fancy, right? But here's the kicker. Even decaf coffee can confer liver health benefits. That means whether you're a caffeine junkie or just enjoy a soothing cup of decaf, your liver still gets some love. But hold on, don't slam down the full pot just yet. Moderation is key. Studies recommend about 3 to 4 cups a day to reap those health benefits. More than that can lead to increased liver fat and potential complications. So, it's about striking that balance. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. What about my morning brews with cream, sugar, or those fancy coffee shop indulgences? Yes, they can be delicious, but added sugars and fats can negate the benefits of coffee. So, maybe try swapping in some healthier options. Your liver will thank you. And hey, while I'm speaking of health, it's important to remember that your overall lifestyle plays a huge part in liver health too. Regular exercise, a balanced diet, and hydration are essential. Coffee can be part of the equation, but it's not the entire story. So, next time you pour yourself a cup of coffee, just know you could be doing something good for your liver. Isn't it comforting to think about? If you found this information helpful or interesting, give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments what your favorite way to enjoy coffee is. 2. How does coffee affect your blood vessels? Now, let's talk about what's actually in our beloved cup of coffee. Coffee contains caffeine, antioxidants, and various compounds that can influence our body in different ways. But today, we're zoning in on caffeine, the superstar that gives us that familiar kick. So, how does caffeine interact with our vascular system? When we drink coffee, the caffeine enters our bloodstream and starts to act on our blood vessels. Initially, it can cause vasoconstriction, which means it narrows the blood vessels. This happens because caffeine blocks a neurotransmitter called adenosine that normally promotes relaxation of the vascular system. This means your heart has to work a little harder, which might sound alarming, but there's more to the story. Now, you may be wondering, if coffee narrows blood vessels, is there a benefit? The answer is yes. In the short term, the temporary increase in blood pressure can be beneficial for those of us looking for an energy boost. It enhances blood flow to the brain, improving alertness and concentration. Athletes often use coffee to enhance performance because it increases adrenaline production. But remember, everything has its balance. So, what about long-term effects? Studies have shown that regular coffee consumption might actually lead to improved arterial function. Yes, you heard that right. It turns out that habitual coffee drinkers may have increased arterial dilation, which means their blood vessels can expand more effectively. This can lower the risk of heart disease over time. But, of course, moderation is key. Too much caffeine can lead to negative effects, like increased heart rate and anxiety. I can speak from experience. I used to think coffee was just a pick-me-up, but now I see it as part of my daily routine that helps me feel good both physically and mentally. If you're aiming to reap the benefits, try to limit your intake to about 3-4 cups a day. And of course, always listen to your body. If you feel jittery, it might be time to cut back. 3. When does coffee become dangerous? Coffee is more than just a delicious morning ritual. It's packed with caffeine, which stimulates our nervous system and increases alertness. But how much caffeine are we consuming? The average cup of coffee contains about 95 milligrams of caffeine. That's enough to get you moving. However, the FDA advises that up to 400 milligrams daily is generally safe for most adults. But here's the kicker. Not everyone's body reacts the same way to caffeine. For some of us, a single cup can lead to jitters, anxiety, or insomnia. And for others, caffeine can ramp up heart rates and even cause heart palpitations. It's fascinating how a seemingly harmless drink can impact us so differently. Let's talk about overconsumption. I mean, who hasn't downed multiple cups during a long workday, right? But be careful. Regularly exceeding that 400 milligram guideline can lead to some serious health issues, including increased blood pressure and heightened anxiety levels. In extreme cases, it can even lead to caffeine toxicity. Symptoms can include rapid heartbeat, dizziness, and gastrointestinal distress. Yes, just when you thought that extra shot was helping. And if you're sensitive to caffeine or have underlying health issues, the threshold for danger may be even lower. Now, let's address the important health considerations. If you have conditions like anxiety disorders, heart problems, or even severe gastrointestinal issues, coffee can exacerbate these problems. I personally know a friend who experiences crippling anxiety from even just one cup of coffee. But it doesn't stop there. Pregnant individuals are recommended to limit caffeine intake, as it may affect the fetus development. And if you're taking certain medications, be sure to check with your doctor. Caffeine can interact with medications like certain antidepressants, leading to increased side effects. So, always consult your healthcare provider. So, what's the takeaway? Coffee isn't inherently dangerous. It's about moderation and understanding your limits. Listen to your body. If you're feeling jittery or anxious, it might be time to cut back. And try switching to decaf or herbal teas for a while. They can still offer comfort without the jitters. All right, team. There you have it. A cup of coffee a day can keep the liver doctor away. But always remember to savor it, not drown in it. What's your go-to coffee drink? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more caffeinated content, and tap the bell for notifications. Until next time, keep sipping smart.